Mexican, dame pesos. Hit your sons on the play stores. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Put numbers on the board, let them keep a score.
I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we've got a good one between the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. Standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets. So happy to be with you, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, and we thought it would never get here, but here we are back together. It's opening weekend of the 100th season in the NFL.
So much football to talk about. That's our main focus. But how about how much happened in the offseason? Rules changes. Overtime rules were discussed in a big way. Some superstars changed addresses. There's a whole lot to talk about in the NFL in addition to this game we're getting ready to watch.
The kicker, Graham Gano, set to put his foot into this one. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. Under center will be the Southern California native standing at 6'4", Sam Darnold. A first carry for Christian McCaffrey, who made his first Pro Bowl last year. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. Now let's take a look here at the Bills' offense.
Obviously a tough test for this offense right out of the gate. Road game in game one of the new year. Conventional wisdom says, go slow, take care of the football. I think in this case, attack early and get the home team back on their heels.
I'm going back to you.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Looking downfield for Jones. It's caught inside the 25. A big play here for Buffalo. 52 yards. A one-handed catch, that's one thing, but with a defender right there, that was a heck of a play.
It used to be that one-handed catch was instinctive in a game. Now it's a practiced move. They work on it before, after, during practice sessions. It becomes part of their repertoire, and it pays off.
And a short gain here, down to the 22. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. On 2nd and 9, Darnold, and he's going to find Hogan here, complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Darnold on third down. And that's complete to Lewis. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They've made goal line offense a priority on the practice field this week. This is exactly the situation they've been prepping for. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be second and goal. Second and goal from the 1. Again, McCaffrey. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That'll go as a loss of 9, and it leads to third down. Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is third and goal. And that's complete to McCaffrey. Certainly not what they wanted there. No gain, and it's fourth down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by Dak Prescott, the 135th pick of the draft back in 2016 from Mississippi State.
Let's go, defense. Let's go.
A first down throw for Prescott. Dorsett making the catch. That throw good for 4. It's second down. The offensive starters now for the Jets.
And last night we were discussing some of the changes they've made offensively during the offseason, and we know it helps for them to have the first game at home. Hopefully this crowd, which we saw coming in, they've been here for a while, ready to go. You and I should have joined the tailgates, that's for sure. They're going to give them plenty of encouragement. They'll try and ride that wave and get their first victory of the year.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Well, this Week 1 matchup pitting a couple Empire State rivals, no strangers to each other. They were both original members of the AFL, the American Football League, way back in 1960 to 1969. It's been a close series. Bills lead it all time, 62 to 55. And, of course, both of these franchises really feel like they have their quarterbacks of the future in Josh Allen and Sam Darnold. Give them 32 on the play.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They work again from the 38 on second and 10. Prescott to throw it. Screenplay, Johnson. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
First carry now for Alexander Madison. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Prescott from the gun. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Prescott. Got an open man. It's Fumagalli. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Throwing. Prescott escaping the pressure right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Here's Prescott. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
They're not going to kick it. A chip shot, but they're going for it down 3 on 4th down. Now Prescott on 4th down. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Christian Kirk there to make the grab. And the Jets have taken the lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Gano the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now out come the Bills. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. On 2nd and 7, Darnold. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
That was a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receivers work out a little bit more.
Complete to Jones. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
And the Jets set to take the field. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season, and they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
On 2nd and 12, Prescott. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. And able to find Kirk complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
On 3rd down, it's very simple. Make sure you get beyond the sticks, make the catch, pick up the 1st down. But in this case, he turned it into bonus time and was off to the races for a monster play.
Here's Madison running on 1st down. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. That reception, it brings him up to the 700 plateau. He's at 700 career NFL catches now.
And that club in baseball, a rather exclusive club, and one we talk about all the time. In football, puts you in the top 50 all-time range. Not so bad either.
He'll find Jones again, complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A good pickup there, a 22. Play action now, Prescott. Toward the pylon, caught. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. Prescott, of course, the former 4th-round pick back in 2016, started all 48 games in his first 3 years in the NFL, and now making start number 49 to kick off 2019. They'll come out in the pistol. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Here we go. Here we go.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets.
Touchdown.
2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Jets will extend their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there. That's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Darnold incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. The wideout Chris Hogan, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Darnold from the gun. Complete. This is Lewis. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. A final shot before the break. Darnold. He's got Lewis. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of...
All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. New York set to take the field. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Kill. Hey, kill.
To throw again on second down. Prescott caught by Jones. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
46. Check. Lucky. 47. 26.
First down, Prescott. And the catch made by Johnson. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 38-yard line.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
On first down, Johnson. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right, you look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. Throwing on second and 14. Prescott, he gets this one to Johnson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and they're going to have a third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On third down, it's Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Morris Claiborne. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a third and about 4. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first.
Here we go.
8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Here's Darnold. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Gallman will run it. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll run again here with Gallman. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Darnold on 3rd down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And his guys are going to have the football back as the third quarter comes to an end. Back now here on EA Sports. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald with a sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Here we go, 46.
Prescott. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. 22 yards there, a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. 2nd down now. Throwing on 2nd and long. Prescott. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here. Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And the blitz does come. It's caught. Jones. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
3rd and 10 wasn't going to be easy. Now after the holding penalty, they have to deal with a 3rd and 20. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Prescott to throw on 4th. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Defensive Player of the Year, Aaron Donald. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that. So they say, let's go for it and try and finish it ourselves.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Darnold. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Zadarius Smith just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And that will be caught by Jones. He's got a Buffalo touchdown. Marvin Jones there to make the grab, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. There you go, Charles. His first touchdown pass of the new season.
And he had a strong rookie year. So much more expected of him this one, as you might imagine. He threw that one with confidence and assuredness.
And I noticed that the celebration a little bit more subdued than his first touchdown pass last year as a rookie.
Yeah, he certainly is acting like he's done it before.
Bullock good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Dak Prescott and the offense heading back onto the field. And the stats on the screen tell the story. A great start. This defense, they made some good adjustments, so he's fallen off since.
Have to like what they did at the half, but you also have to like the fact that they hung in there. Despite the fact they had a tough first half, he was locked in, right? Rocking and rolling. They came out, made their adjustments, got their confidence back. Now they're causing them all sorts of trouble.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The veteran safety, Antoine Bethea, there on the defensive coverage. Another incompletion would certainly be ideal defensively. A big play now. This is 3rd and 10. Prescott from the gun. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Check 47. Check 3.
Off the play fake, Prescott. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Defensive Player of the Year, Aaron Donald. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Rush in. Switch.
3rd and long for Prescott. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Morris Claiborne. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trust in his quarterback and trust in his offense.
But still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
Back to throw. That's to McCaffrey, complete. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be second down. Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game. They'll look to throw. And that's caught. It's Hogan. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 23 yards, the final tally. He's back to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. An incomplete pass on first down. Here's second and goal. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now it's Darnold. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. Well, the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Bullock's kick is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. I'll tell you, he better not rest on his laurels, because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
Now Dak Prescott and the offense heading back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the veteran Antoine Bethea. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. And this one is right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So he's able to come through in a hostile environment, and you'd have to imagine that's the game winner.
Yeah, how about that? And the way that this game's gone, you think they really wanted to get to overtime and take their chances there? They wanted to get this thing done. When you're the visitor, you don't want to play into overtime. You want to knock it down, get it done, and go home.
51, Mike 51. Hey.
One last shot now for Prescott. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And that is going to seal this victory as time runs out. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. But now I'm listening to you. So for the Bills, It wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home